Hi everyone, it's Mystic Moon. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my creepy doll collection. I do have quite a few dolls. These are just the doll parts and doll heads that I have that I like to place on a platter, so I thought that we would start there. And I'm just going to give you guys a couple of ideas of what you guys can do on your own in order to create some of these creepy looks. So most of these dolls I have gotten from either thrift stores or not really the Dollar Tree or 99-cent only store. They really don't sell big size dolls, but if I need Barbie heads for some reason, I will get them there because they're only $1. But most of these guys I found at garage sales and thrift stores or friends giving them away because they're just creepy or whatever. So anyways, you can do a lot of different things with these doll heads. Now, one thing I do want to point out though is that most of these doll heads have these eyes that, go up and down. And if that's the case, and here, I'll show you guys on this one here, they have these eyeballs attached inside. So it makes it really difficult when you want to go in with an X-Acto knife and basically get rid of the eyeball. It's almost like you got to take a pair of pliers just to pull these things out. And my husband had a hell of a time pulling these things out and almost cutting ourselves. So you guys want to be very careful when you're doing that. With this one, obviously, I just got lazy and I just painted over the eyes. I just said, screw it, I'm not even going to hollow them out. But the only reason that you would probably want to hollow them out is to give them a really creepy look. But one look that you can do very cheaply is you can take a tea light from the Dollar Tree. And this one isn't very strong because the battery's almost dead on it, but I'm going to show you guys by just cutting a little flap in the back of the head. You can throw one in there and it glows. Super creepy look with the eyes glowing. So anyways, that's just one idea that you can do. You can also take a blowtorch or whatever kind of burning devices that you guys have, and you can melt the hair and burn the skin and that sort of thing, like with this one here. We just kind of creeped it out, all the hair pretty much incinerated and melted off, and then you got a little bit of a charcoal look there, so that one looks kind of cool. Now with this one, I had a great idea where I was going to take this one and put it on a nightlight. I took a nightlight from the Dollar Tree, and I just took the little plastic cap off of it, and then I threw this on there, but the only problem is that it was a really hot bulb, and I think it was just a fire hazard, so I wasn't able to do that cool thing that I was thinking I was going to do last year. So I'll probably just throw another tea light in this one. I did make a flap so I could do that. Now you can take doll parts and bodies and things like that. Like this particular one, I think someone actually sewed arms for the legs, and you could just do all kinds of creepy things if you want, like a torso or just an arm or leg or whatever. I had a doll making party a few years ago, and this was a leftover project that somebody did, so I went ahead and held on to that. This cool clown head, I think I got it from a like a consignment shop, and I think it was like $4 or $5, and I went ahead and paid the extra money for it. Normally I wouldn't pay over a few dollars for things like this, but it was a clown, and my clown collection is really limited. I really don't have a big one, so I'm trying to build it, and so I will spend an extra dollar here and there just to try to build that. But I like this one, and it looks creepy as is, so there's no need to change this one at all. And then these particular ones, like I sawed a baby's face off so I could, I don't know, do like a mask or something like that. And then this was like a Barbie, and I went ahead and creeped out her eyes and painted her up and chopped off her hair and all this other stuff. So there's all kinds of things that you can do to achieve these creepy little looks. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like on a platter. Okay, and that's what it looks like on a platter. I obviously couldn't fit all the doll heads on there, but I was able to fit the ones that I wanted just to kind of give it a creepy look. You can use a larger platter so that way you can fit more on there, but this is just kind of how I have it on my coffee table during my Halloween party, and everybody just really gets a kick out of it. Okay, so I wanted to share with you guys my creepy doll collection. This isn't all of my dolls, it's just a few, but I just wanted to give you guys a good idea of the things that I like to do with dolls that I find at either thrift stores or garage sales. And you can just creep them out and do all kinds of fun things with them. So I'm going to give you guys some ideas of the things that I did. This particular one I just loved because it reminded me of The Exorcist. It was a bendable, posable doll as it was, and because it was fabric, I was able to cut the neck right there so that way I could really bend her head backwards. So it actually looks like she's walking backwards, like in the scene from The Exorcist when she's walking backwards down the stairs. It just looks really, really creepy, and then I just made her really creepy and devilish looking. So this is one of my favorite dolls. And along with the Exorcist theme, we've got Captain Howdy. If you guys know The Exorcist, that was the name of the spirit that she was talking to in the movie that possessed her, Captain Howdy. So I just kind of creeped him out, painted him white, just blacked out his eyes, well, kind of whited out his eyes, and just put some red on it. And then I just put Captain Howdy. And I actually hang him up on the wall, which is what you can do with these fabric dolls. You can just, you know, either tie things on them, or, and you can do that as well with the hard dolls too. But you can pin the bodies onto the wall and pose them, which you can't do with the hard bodies. So I do have an affinity for these fabric torsos, so you can do all kinds of things with them. But this is the Captain Howdy doll. And this one here is a zombie doll that my daughter made. She mixed some cool paints together and created this really neat color. She actually put a gash in the forehead. She sliced it with an X-Acto knife, and then she poured some blood in it, which was kind of cool. Whited out the eyes, cut the hair, and then she actually opened up some of the guts of the doll and made it look like there were zombie guts hanging out. So that one was really cool that she did. And then we have this one that I thought was kind of cool when I saw this idea on Pinterest, to get one of these stylist heads. You know, they're Barbies, and the little girls can put makeup on them and do their hair. And so I just thought, you know what, it's cool because it's already on a little platter. It already sits there. And I just hollowed out the eyes and painted the body black, painted the face, and then it just kind of looks creepy. And I just left the hair blonde because, you know, it's kind of wispy and messy, and it just looks a little devilish. This is another one that my daughter did. She really likes to get creative with all the wounds. Again, what she did is she opened it up with a knife, and she created, you know, like a little cavity opening here. And then she took some string and she just like sewed it back together. Very creative she is. And then she made it look like the eyes were bleeding, which kind of looks a little American Horror Story. I just really like the way this one turned out. And then this doll here actually stands about 4 feet, maybe 3 feet. And this is a doll that some friends of mine got at a thrift store for a Halloween party, and they could have sworn that it was haunted. So they said, oh, we know the perfect person to give it to, and that was me. So anyways, I took her and I painted her up, and I painted most of her body white, but her arms I didn't because they were hiding, and so I didn't really feel the need to paint those too, but I'm thinking I really just need to redo her and just paint her white all over. And I got this little bird cage here at the 99-cent only store just last week, so I thought I would put this little baby in there, which I still have to creep this baby out. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with him, but I thought he was the perfect size to put in that cage, so that's where he ended up. This is a little clown baby doll. I went ahead and hollowed out the back of the head so I can throw in a tea light. So this is another one of those glowing eye doll heads, or dolls, that I have here. This one kind of looks like a voodoo clown or voodoo priest or whatever, with the little painting that I decided to do on this one. Like, I don't mean voodoo, like tribal. And then I put this little bit of a clown wig from the 99-cent only store on this guy, and I just thought he looked really cute. And this one here is actually kind of a taller doll. Not sure how, I don't know, she's probably like 24 inches, but she's really cute, and she poses, and she's got a little blonde braid that I left in her hair, and I just felt like painting her green and whiting her out on the lips and the eyes. And then I just put this little white cloth on her. So I can change these outfits at any time, and I usually do throughout the years, just to kind of spruce them up and give them new and different looks. Speaking of horror movies, so we've got also The Shining, Red Rum, murder spelled backwards. So I just wanted to creep this guy out with little clown makeup, and he's got a fabric body, so I can pin him up on the wall and make him look really cool. This one here is also tall. She's taller than the one I just showed you guys, and she's got more of like a cheaper feel to her, but I just like the way she looks. She just looked like the classic baby doll to me, and I just left her dress and I just put blood on her, and I usually have her holding a knife. She just looks really creepy. And these guys right here are twins. One has brown eyes and the other one has blue eyes. And I was really happy to find these at the thrift store last year. And what I'm going to do, since they have fabric bodies, is I'm going to cut off the arms, or one of the arms and one of the legs on each of them, and I'm going to sew them together so they're going to be two-headed twins. I cannot wait to do this project. And this is my little gothic doll here, along with this one here. I just wanted to kind of make them look like the Bride of Chucky dolls, and I thought they were really pretty, so I kept them nice and pretty. This one here is just a baby that has a lot of blood on it, and it sits there, and I usually have a knife in it. And these are my porcelain dolls. Obviously one I've already bloodied out. This one I have yet to do, so I'm going to do something really cool with her. I think I'm going to make her kind of gothic-y. This one I treat like a voodoo doll, which is why I have the word die on there, and I stick a pin in there. So this one is just like my little, baby size voodoo doll. And there you guys have it. That is my creepy doll collection that I've been building for the last couple of years. And what's great is I can always change any of these guys, add to them, change their outfits to completely change their looks, which is great. Most of these guys I have gotten from thrift stores or garage sales for just a couple of dollars a piece. So it's really not a huge investment whatsoever. And then the little makeup and paints and things that I've used, and also materials for clothes and that sort of thing, are really super cheap too. So you guys can do these looks for very cheap and create really anything that you want. A lot of people are creeped out by dolls like they are creeped out by clowns, so these are always great to have for any Halloween collection. So anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Mm-hmm.